From JBS Studios in Greater New York, this is the JBS News Update with Teisha Bader.
I'm Teisha Bader with the JBS News Features Edition for Thursday, December the 31st, 2020. The University of California, Merced, launched an inquiry into the conduct of a teaching professor at the university's School of Engineering regarding a pattern of anti-Semitic posts on his Twitter account. The Jewish News of Northern California reported that Abbas Ghassemi deactivated that account after the paper reached out. The offensive posts included one that showed an image of a so-called Zionist brain, labeling it with a frontal money lobe and world domination lobe, among others. The school's chancellor, Juan Sanchez Munoz, posted a letter to the university's website this week, writing that the opinions presented in this Twitter account do not represent UC Merced or the University of California. They were abhorrent and repugnant to us and to many of our colleagues and neighbors. They were harmful to our university, our students, and our years of work to build an inclusive and welcoming community. Munoz said the school will conduct an inquiry into potential violations of their standards and code of conduct to determine what consequences are appropriate, adding that the school will also develop programming for its spring semester that addresses free speech, hate speech, and anti-Semitism in academia, and promotes ways to challenge discriminatory insinuations when and wherever they emerge within the university community. Adding, we must not let anti-Semitism or any form of bigotry or hate toward any group take root in the UC Merced community. Well, Holocaust survivors in the United Kingdom have been given a way to share their stories with the public even during the coronavirus pandemic. The JTA reports that a mobile studio to record their memories that pulls up right outside their homes is the brainchild of CEO of the educational nonprofit Learning from the Righteous, Anthony Lishak, who designed and outfitted an RV with a recording studio inside that is COVID safe for survivors to record their stories just outside their residences. Lishak has been teaching about the Holocaust for years using such real-life testimonies, and with the pandemic, he felt there was no time to lose to continue his important work. And he's been traveling across the UK continuing his work, telling the JTA it's outside the box, but it means the work can go on. The last Nefesh B'Nefesh Aliyah group flight of 2020 landed at Ben Gurion Airport yesterday with 48 new immigrants, or Olim, ready to make Israel their new home. This is the 41st such flight of the year from Nefesh B'Nefesh among the 3,168 individuals who moved to Israel from North America during 2020. 2,625 of them during the coronavirus pandemic. Nefesh B'Nefesh eases the Aliyah process for immigrants from English-speaking countries, working together with Israel's Ministry of Aliyah and Integration, as well as the Jewish Agency for Israel, Keren Kayemet LeYisrael, and Jewish National Fund USA. Co-founder and executive director Rabbi Yehoshua Fass said from the earliest days of the Jewish state, no matter how trying or difficult the circumstances, Aliyah has always continued in order to preserve what was once a distant dream for our parents and grandparents. Minister of Aliyah and Integration, Penina Tamano-Shata, said many will surely remember 2020 as a challenging and complex year, but the Olim who arrived from across the U.S. and are part of the last group of Olim this year are enabling it to be shaded in more encouraging and optimistic colors. She also noted that more than 20,000 Olim from 80 countries around the world made Aliyah to Israel this year. Taking a look now at our programming for tonight on JBS for Thursday, December the 31st. At 7 o'clock, using Talmudic texts and rabbinic commentary, Rabbi Mordechai Becher of Gateways and Yeshiva University explores Jewish approaches to the secular new year. At 7:30, the hit Israeli husband-wife musical duo YONINA perform their acoustic vibe combined with beautiful vocal harmonies. while sharing their personal stories and anecdotes from B'nai Shalom in West Orange, New Jersey. At 8, it's the Jake Ehrenreich Show with guest Mike Burston. At 10:30, Israeli mentalist Lior Suchard performs. And coming up next, JBS remembers many of those lost to the Jewish community in 2020, including Lord Rabbi Jonathan Sachs, Rabbi Adin Steinsaltz, Rabbi Norman Lamb, Moshe Avital, Helen Friedman, David Stern, Barry Farber, Carl Reiner, Kirk Douglas, and Ruth Bader Ginsburg. And that's the JBS News Features edition for Thursday, December the 31st, 2020. I'm Teisha Bader. I will be back with the regular JBS News update on Monday, wishing you a safe, healthy, and happy New Year.